before I get this video started, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Pawn Gaming. They just started up their gaming channel per se, and they're starting a Resident Evil 4 playthrough. There's 3 of them, so the commentary's there, the chemistry's there, and I can see something there. They're slowly building up. They only have 9 subscribers, so you should go check them out. Their description will be, their link will be down here. So now here's the main video. See ya. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is WestRoadSal, and today we are doing another wrestling review. We're doing Unforgiven 2001. We're going retro with this one. In this one, as you can see, Stone Cold's on the cover. He's a heel. He's actually a bad guy, and he's fighting for a WCW/ECW because this was a time when WCW and ECW invaded WWE. He was with the Alliance for some reason. This never really worked out. Stone Cold as a heel, it never really worked out because the crowd was never into it. You know, Stone Cold is meant to be a good guy, and you tried him to turn heel. It never really worked out. Everybody really ridicules it, really criticizes it, and so it went nowhere, to tell you the truth. As soon as this program ended with WCW and ECW, Stone Cold went right back to being a good guy because it never really worked out. Nobody liked it. The first thing off with this page. Oh wait, before we get into this, see these braces? Yeah, you're probably gonna hear me talk weird or move my mouth weird. So, just to let you know, that'll be that. And let's get started with this review. Jennifer Holliday starts off the pay-per-view with singing American the Beautiful, because this was September 23rd, 2001. 12 days after 9/11. So, you can see why they did it. The crowd really gets into it. She really does a great performance. Jim Ross and Paul Heyman are on commentary. I never really liked them because every Raw that they were the commentary team, they ended Raw always arguing, and that always left a bad taste in my mouth, actually. The first match on the card we had was the Dudley Boys versus the Hardy Boys versus Hurricane and Lance Storm versus Big Show and Spike for the WWF Tag Team Championships. The eliminations go by pretty fast. The Dudley Boys and the Hardy Boys are the last 2. Matt actually does a backflip from the top turnbuckle all the way to the floor, which was a pretty neat spot. I gave this match a 3.5 through a 4 out of a 5 because the Dudley Boys win this match because Bubba actually does his Bubba bomb on Matt when the referee is trying to get Jeff out. So this match really ends on a bad note. So that's why I didn't give it a higher rating. Then there's a match with the RVDs coming into the building, and Stephanie is saying that she's offering any services to beat Jericho tonight. The acting is awful. It is pretty awful. And then Cole interviews Kurt Angle's family at ringside because he has a match with Stone Cold at the end of the night. The next match is Perry Saturn versus Raven. Perry Saturn is angry over Moppy's death. It's really bad. It's a really bad thing when you have a match built up over a mop who died. You know, it's so stupid. But Perry Saturn actually wrestles real well here. He's built like Goldberg, so you don't expect him to do these moves. But he actually jumps off the ropes and kicks Raven in the face. He does a good number of times in the match. So it's pretty surprising to see him do these moves. Now I gave this match a 3 out of 5. Perry Saturn really rode this match. Raven, he was decent, but the thing with Raven, if he can't use the weapons, he doesn't really do a good match. So, the next segment we have is Christian interviewing. Christian was interviewed. He was hyping up the match against Edge. Right away it happened. It was for the Intercontinental title. Edge comes to the ring. He goes nuts. He goes straight on Christian. You know, beats him up for like 5 minutes. They both really have long hair. It's kind of distracting. People are actually rooting for Christian, even though he's a bad guy. They actually use the steel steps a couple times. They go up on the entranceway and they smash each other into the gate, which is like the entrance ramp. So it's a brutal match. You know, Edge's eye starts bleeding. It's a good even matchup. They're both equally strong, I think. Christian uses Edge's spear. Still 2. Now, there's one part of this match where Edge actually tricks Christian by Christian is laying down, and Edge actually goes underneath the ring, like when Christian's not looking, and then comes out the other side, and then goes on the top rope, and then Christian turns around, Edge goes off. It's still a 2. So I don't know what he was trying to build there, but it just didn't work out. It was pretty much a time waster, even though he was trying to do something, obviously. Christian gets chairs, and he tries to do a concerto on Edge. It's reversed. Edge tries to do the same thing on Christian, but Christian reverses it and does a low blow to end the match. Now, the match, it didn't end well, so I gave it a 3 out of 5. It was a good match, but it just didn't end right. The next match, it was a standard match. Kronik with Steven Richards versus Kane and Undertaker. Now, Kane and Undertaker go for Kronik straight away. Big pop when Kane and Undertaker came out. They always got a big pop, actually. There was the standard spots from Undertaker where he goes up on the top rope. Goes off the top rope and attacks the arm. Nice to see Undertaker with hair, because as you know now, he no longer has his hair, cut it all off. There was one good spot in this match, but it wasn't actually a spot. It was actually a botch. There was a botched drawbreaker where Undertaker barely sells it, and Kronik takes Undertaker's head and holds it for like 3 minutes, trying to get it adjusted, trying to get it right for the drawbreaker. And it's funny because when I think it was Brian Adams of Kronik, he takes Undertaker's head and goes down, and Undertaker just yells the biggest F-bomb ever. It was funny, actually. So I gave it a 3 out of 5. If it wasn't for that spot, I would have gave it a 2.5. It was really entertaining. Standard big man tag team match that you would expect. Now we have 2 promos. The first one was with Booker T and Shane in the back. Taz comes in and says that Stephanie McMahon, beat The Rock. So it would be pretty sad if they couldn't beat him, so they throw him out. They throw him out of the locker room right away. Steph, now we're going to another different promo right straight away. Steph's talking to RVD's locker room door, saying how she's basically hitting on RVD now. I guess they don't want to mix real life with storylines here like they do now, apparently. But she's married to Triple H. How they would let her do this? I mean, she's just acting, but it's still a little funny. Jericho comes in and just tears Stephanie apart. Her birthday's coming up on Raw, so he wishes her the best of luck. That was funny. The next match we have, which was pretty good. RVD versus Chris Jericho for the Hardcore Championship. Now, there's tables, there's ladders, there's chairs. Jericho's eye starts bleeding, so RVD really uses this to his advantage and throws Jericho into a ladder, and the ladder really hits Jericho. So his eyes gushing by this point. RVD misses his frog splash, even though he's still in his prime. I mean, it's getting a little late. Like, ECW was a couple years back from this. I mean, this was 2001, but RVD still looked pretty well. There's huge chance for RVD here, as well as the Edge versus Christian. It was a huge chance for Christian, even though he's on the bad side. They don't know how to really work this in commentary, so they're a little confused by this. You can tell that. Stephanie McMahon actually runs out and distracts Jericho. Jericho gets the Van Daminator, then this frog splash, which wins RVD the match. So it was a good match, but the ending was bad, just like the tag team match, as well as Edge versus Christian. I mean, I know this pay-per-view was all about the WCW and ECW corrupting WWE, but you don't have to do it 3 times in a row, you know. So now we have Shane McMahon and Booker T versus The Rock. This was the match of the night. They really went nuts over Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle because this was the WWF Championship here. But this was really, in my opinion, the best match of the night. The Rock really stood for himself in this handicap match. Shane was scared. Starting in the beginning, he was running around the ring. There was so much in this match. Test came in because Rock was doing really well. Test came in giving the big book, give Rock the big boot. See how it's so damn hard to talk with these braces? I'll get used to them though eventually. Test comes in, gives Rock the big boot. Bradshaw comes in, chases Test out. Now the WWF ref in this match is corrupted, so WWF ref comes out. They start fighting. The refs start fighting, but it's just this match was great. I mean, Shane goes for the people's elbow, but I think before Shane can give him the people's elbow, Rock stands right up, like nothing stops this man. Shane actually jumps off the top rope. He's one of the wrestlers in this pay-per-view that actually gets great elevation. He misses though. There's numerous near falls and there's great chemistry between the three. There really is. Right after Booker T does Spin Rooney, this is one of the short but sweet segments in this match. There's really a bunch of them actually. Booker T does Spin Rooney, but Rock actually does a roll-up pin right after Spin Rooney. That was a little mean on Rock's part when you look at it from a not a wrestling point of view, you know. But now another thing with this match, even it was really good, they never specified. It was a handicap match, but it was a type of handicap match where they tag in and tag out. They should really specify when there's going to be like actually 2-on-1 and then tag, because when they do the tag handicap, it's not really a handicap in my opinion. Rock reverses the bookend from Booker T, and he gives Booker T a rock bottom, wins the match. 1, 2, 3. The crowd goes absolutely nuts. So a 4 through a 4.5 out of 5. It's great. I think it was the best match of the night, really. Believe it or not, we're going a bit lower in the card, but it's actually the second to last match. Tajiri versus Rhyno. This match wasn't great. It wasn't great. They surely put this match before the Rock match. Both small guys with different styles. I mean, Rhyno actually starts chasing Torrie once Tajiri goes down. He actually goes for the gore on Torrie, but Tajiri kicks him right in the head as soon as he starts running. After this, there was one spot where Rhyno brings Tajiri's head up twice, like he lifts his head up, like to do something, but he never actually does anything. He just brings it up, lets it down, brings it up, and then lets it down again. It was like 20 seconds of wasted time. I don't know what he was trying to do, but and then Tajiri reverses it. I don't think they were ready. I don't think Tajiri was ready, and then like he's maybe whispered in his ear or something. But then it was just like a clean gore from Rhyno. 1, 2, 3, Rhyno won. So that wasn't really a great match. Next, we have the main event, Stone Cold versus Kurt Angle. Now, this was a good match. This was a good match. I mean, they used the table. They used the announcers' tables. Both of them. Kurt Angle actually lifts up the plastic matting to reveal the concrete. And they both. There was a theme in this match. Stone Cold and Kurt Angle were repeating each other's moves. Kurt Angle was doing backdrops on Stone Cold and announcer tables. Stone Cold would do the same thing. Kurt Angle would do backdrops on Stone Cold's back on the concrete matting. Stone Cold would do the same thing on Kurt Angle. Now, Stone Cold started bleeding, but 5-7 minutes into this match, it just stopped. So you tell me that was an obvious capsule or something, right? So Kurt Angle does a stunner all of a sudden. Does Stone Cold's like, he doesn't even hype it up. He doesn't do nothing. Just all of a sudden, boom. You weren't really expecting it. Stone Cold actually does a pile driver on Kurt Angle's, like, you can see like pile drivers are like hyped up for the neck. So it was kind of brutal to see it being done on Kurt Angle's neck. Kurt Angle does an ankle lock from reversal of the stunner. Right there by the rope, Stone Cold don't even go for them. He just taps out. That was a little weak of Stone Cold. You thought of Stone Cold to be stronger than that, but I mean, heel tactics are heel tactics in the end. Kurt Angle wins. His family rushes in. All the wrestlers in the back who are WWF rush in. So I mean, it wasn't a fantastic match. Jeez, they'll go nuts. It wasn't that fantastic. I think the crowd was really more hyped up for the Booker T, Shane McMahon versus The Rock match. Anyway, The Rock won that match. I don't think I told you who won. RVD won the Hardcore Championship. Yeah, I think I told you all the matches. Kane and Undertaker blatantly won against Kronik. Steve Richards tries to come in but gets beat up. Yeah, and that's it. I'm gonna come to you with more reviews soon. It's just that I gotta get. I don't want to really make videos with these things because it's not a great video. But I was like, I have to make a video for you guys, you know. So look out for more. They're still coming. Don't worry. And rate, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. Peace.